What's up, Rockets? I'm Austin Hinson.
And I'm Jessica Muir.
And this is JROTC TV. Our top story: what's the biggest tip you've ever given at a restaurant? If you say anything less than $1,000, then you've been beat, because that's the exact amount that one generous customer left for a waitress in Gun Barrel City.
Alicia Palmer is 18 years old and was about a month away from graduating high school. She's been working 30 hours a week at her job as a waitress to save money for college. It was a normal Saturday shift for Palmer when she discovered she was serving someone who had been dining alone, and that individual left a $1,000 tip.
Palmer was quoted as saying, "I would like to thank him deeply and utterly. It's not every day you come across someone that's sweet and generous."
In tech news, are your arms just not quite long enough to fit in everyone for a selfie? Well, you're not alone, but luckily the newly announced fold-up hover camera might be the solution you're looking for. This small drone was designed with selfies in mind. With automated flight modes and a carbon fiber protective casing, it could land as one of the more user-friendly solutions on the market.
There are larger consumer drones on the market, such as the DJI Phantom 4 and the 3DR Solo, that offer automatic tracking functions to keep a subject in mid-shot flight.
Generally referred to as the Follow Me feature, this is designed to ease the learning curves for users looking to tap into the breathtaking world of aerial photography, but don't yet possess the piloting skills to match their enthusiasm.
Yesterday was Cinco de Mayo. For more on the significance of this celebration, we have JROTC TV's Tristan Turner.
Cinco de Mayo, or the 5th of May, is a relatively minor holiday in Mexico. For many Mexicans, it's a day like any other. It is not a federal holiday, so offices, banks, and stores remain open. In the United States, however, Cinco de Mayo has evolved into a celebration of Mexican culture and heritage, particularly in areas with large Mexican-American populations. Cinco de Mayo traditions include parades, mariachi music performances, and street festivals in cities and towns across Mexico and the United States. So what exactly is the big deal with Cinco de Mayo, and how did it all start? In 1861, Benito Juarez became president of Mexico, a country in financial ruin, and he was forced to default on his debts to European governments. In response, France, Britain, and Spain sent naval forces to Veracruz to demand reimbursement. Britain and Spain negotiated with Mexico and withdrew, but France, ruled by Napoleon III, decided to use the opportunity to carve a dependent empire out of a Mexican territory. Late in 1861, a well-armed French fleet stormed Veracruz, landing a large French force and driving President Juarez and his government into retreat. Certain that success would come swiftly, 6,000 French troops set out to attack Pueblo de Los Angeles, a small town in east-central Mexico. From his new headquarters in the north, Juarez rounded up a ragtag force of 2,000 loyal men, many of them either indigenous Mexicans or of mixed ancestry, and sent them to Puebla. Led by Texas-born General Ignacio Zaragoza, the vastly outnumbered and poorly supplied Mexicans fortified the town and prepared for the French assault. On May 5, 1862, the French army, well provisioned and supported by heavy artillery, before the city of Puebla and led an assault from the north. The battle lasted from daybreak to early evening, and when the French finally retreated, they had lost nearly 500 soldiers. Fewer than 100 Mexicans had been killed in the clash. Although not a major strategic win in the overall war against the French, Zaragoza's success at Puebla represented a great symbolic victory for the Mexican government and bolstered the resistance movement. 6 years later, thanks in part to military support and political pressure from the United States, which was finally in a position to aid its besieged neighbor after the end of the Civil War, France withdrew. The same year, Austrian Archduke Ferdinand Maximilian, who had been installed as Emperor of Mexico by Napoleon in 1864, was captured and executed by Juarez's forces. Puebla de Los Angeles was renamed for General Zaragoza. Within Mexico, Cinco de Mayo is primarily observed in the state of Puebla, where Zaragoza's unlikely triumph occurred, although other parts of the country also take part in the celebration. Traditions include military parades, recreations of the Battle of Puebla, and other festive events. Many people outside Mexico mistakenly believe that Cinco de Mayo is a celebration of Mexican independence. That event is commemorated on September 16th, the anniversary of the revolutionary priest Miguel Hidalgo y Castillo's famous Grito de Dolores, a call to arms that amounted to a declaration of war against the Spanish colonial government in 1810. In the United States, Cinco de Mayo is widely interpreted as a celebration of Mexican culture and heritage, particularly in areas with substantial Mexican-American populations. Chicano activists raised awareness of the holiday in the 1960s, in part because they identified with the victory of indigenous Mexicans over European invaders during the Battle of Puebla. Today, revelers mark the occasion with parades, parties, mariachi music, Mexican folk dancing, and traditional foods such as tacos and mole poblano. Some of the largest festivals are held in Los Angeles, Chicago, and Houston.
Recently, the Air Force Junior ROTC of Judson High School and Randolph High School held a wing ceremony at Rutledge Stadium. Later on, they held an award ceremony at the Performing Arts Center. Close to 40 awards and scholarships were formally presented during the gathering at the PAC. We congratulate all these students on a successful year and continued support in years to come.
Now here's Jessica and Tristan with today's Word on the Street.
Hey Tristan, what's the word on the street?
If you can change one thing you did this year, what would it be?
Let's see. Quitting my job.
I would have studied.
Probably my grades.
I would have done my math homework. Thanks, algebra.
If you can change one thing you've done this year, what would it be?
Nothing, because I'm always great.
Probably not skip as much as I did. I'm actually doing better this year. AB on a roll.
Make new friends.
I would have auditioned for the talent show.
Work harder. Tried harder in my classes.
I would say redoing my YouTube channel.
Maybe like turn my papers in on time.
One thing I would change is how bad I did on my grades, and I'll change that to make it good grades.
Not skip as much because I'm kind of bad.
Oh, I don't know.
Get out of here.
My grades.
Study more.
Not sleep so much. Dyeing my hair so much, it really like damaged it. I would have did my projects on time.
Go to this school.
Pay attention.
Probably try to be better, like being focused and stuff.
Actually pass my classes.
Can't say.
If you could have done anything differently this year, what would it have been?
Hi, Mom.
Well, that's about all the time we have for today, Rockets. I'm Austin Vinson,
And I'm Jessica Muir.
and this has been JROTC TV. To see more of our content, check out our channel at youtube.com/JROTC. And let's stay focused, Rockets, as we only have 4 more weeks left of school.
No hats inside.